First. Okay, so our main agenda for yesterday's class is about how to make use of CMK, customer managed key, when it comes to managed instance, and how to restore that customer managed key database encryption onto our on-premises. That's the only two things that I would like to discuss. But unfortunately, we got few errors. Now all the errors got resolved, and I will show you from the scratch. So just leave out yesterday's class. So we'll start from the scratch. Okay. So if you have any questions, we are just 5. So happily you can interrupt me. It's your day. So if you have any questions, please feel free to stop me. Okay. So before I continue, yesterday I just told there are two types of encryptions. One is symmetric and asymmetric. I didn't explain you properly, so I thought of giving you an example so that you can better understand first the difference between symmetric and asymmetric. Okay. So when we say symmetric, as you can see from this information, from this diagram. So symmetric algorithm, in symmetric algorithm, there is only one key. Okay, we will have only one key with us. So this is what we are using for our traditional transparent database encryption. Okay, when we are doing the TDE, we are just making use of symmetric keys, not asymmetric keys. Okay, but still there is one more option that we can do, that is with asymmetric key. Okay, so first you have to understand what is symmetric and asymmetric key before understanding how to how to create TDE based on those two techniques. Okay, so what is symmetric key? So I have unencrypted information, means this information is unencrypted. For example, it is having SSN number, date of birth, mobile number, something like that. Okay, now you are using symmetric algorithm. So inside symmetric algorithm, I will have a key. So this key will protect my data and it will encrypt the data. So initially I have unencrypted data and I'm using symmetric algorithm. That symmetric algorithm will make use of a key and finally I will get encrypted information. If I would like to decrypt this encrypted information, then it will be like this. Encrypted information will get um, encrypted information will get decrypted using the same key. Okay, so let me mute this. So this is the encrypted information. So I'm decrypting using the same key. So if you see here, both the diagrams are saying we're gonna use same key. So if for some reason someone got that key, okay, some outsider was able to crack that and he was able to get that key. If that is the case, then what happens? Then we are gone case. So because if this guy has the key, he can decrypt the encrypted information. So that is about symmetric algorithm. Okay. Now coming back to asymmetric key. So asymmetric key is far superior compared to symmetric because we have two keys here, public key and private key. So this private key will be there only with the people who wants to decrypt the information, not with everyone. Okay, this private key will be held by only the relevant persons or the relevant owners. Here, what happens is that unencrypted information will be encrypted using asymmetric algorithm using the public key. Okay, so this gets encrypted and I will have the private key with me. And if I wanted to decrypt this information, okay, if I wanted to decrypt the information, only the person who owns this private key can decrypt. So here public key is not coming to picture, as you can see. Okay, only this party, this person, he has the rights to decrypt that information. So he has the private key with himself. So this guy comes into picture and he opens the unencrypted information using the private key. So when I'm encrypting, I'm using the public key. When I'm decrypting, I'm using the private key in case of asymmetric algorithm. So did you get this picture before I move on? Is this clear at least now? Mm, I want someone to talk so that, or at least chat. Yes or no? Okay, so I hope no questions then. Yes, okay. So now yesterday, let me connect to my server. Yesterday we got errors here under the managed instance under this TDE. So I just disabled the CMK without following the right procedure, and we got some errors. But now it's gone. You know how I resolved that error? It was very tough because I didn't work on this topic at all. But later, after going through some some documentation, I identified the problem with this one. So I will show you what that problem is and how I resolved. So for the moment, let's proceed with our class, and then I will show you finally how I resolved that error. Okay. So now initially this databases are with SMK. This is the default, guys. SMK is the default one. All our databases on MI will be encrypted automatically. And when I say encrypted, I'm talking about transparent database encryption at database level. So all our databases will get encrypted using the TDE, and it will be done using the SMK. When I say SMK, it means the keys. If read this line, it's very clearly mentioned here. You have chosen to use SMK. Azure is nothing but Microsoft. Microsoft will automatically generate a key to encrypt our databases and manage the key rotations. So everything will be taken care by Microsoft when you go with SMK. That is the default. Okay. So now let's connect to our managed instance, and then I will show you what I mean.
So Vamsi, hi, Abhinav this side.
I want you to talk,
Yeah,
Abhinav, so
Vamsi.
that I will get so many questions and I can learn a lot. Go ahead.
Yeah, Vamsi, if our managed instance is a service managed key, and we have one database there, because I have faced this scenario, and we have to bring one TDE database from on-prem to MI, and this managed instance is in production and it's running.
Okay.
Can I still restore my TDE like you showed in the previous class using Studio, Azure Data Studio, and leave the production database as is? I mean, is it possible?
So we
To bring
can
the database
restore,
B?
first of all, we can restore, that's for sure. I've shown two techniques, right? Windows Driver Kit and Azure Data Studio. You can use any one of them and you can bring that database to MI. So after bringing that database to MI, I think it got encrypted automatically, if I'm not wrong, right?
Yes, but using different encryption key algorithm.
That's true, but still that database is being encrypted.
Yes, it means managed instance can store two certificates.
Yes.
Because I have to bring my on-prem certificate also.
Yeah, it is
So
storing somewhere,
means,
but we don't know where exactly it is storing. Like if I
yeah,
take,
yeah,
for
that,
example, SMK, even SMK, we have the keys and certificates, but I don't know where Microsoft is storing these keys and certificates. In the similar fashion, when we are migrating a database which is having TDE on premises, so you can use either of the techniques, but when you are migrating, it is storing somewhere. I don't know where they are storing that, but still TDE is being secured. I mean, the database is being secured using TDE, but unfortunately, we don't know where those certificates and keys are. That is the problem. I didn't get any information with
yes,
that.
yeah. Okay, got it. So it means this managed instance, as an example, will hold two different kinds of certificates with it.
Looks
One
like for
it's
the moment.
default, and the
Yeah.
second one I will bring it. Okay.
So let's fire, not this one. What is that? I think this is the one, right? Yeah, this one. So let me. So I will keep this session open. Sorry, looks like database ID. And you will come to know the difference between CMK and SMK. So these are the databases what I have. So this is the thumbprint. Just copy the thumbprint and it is the same thumbprint for all. So same values. If you see 699, 699, 699. So let's copy one of them and paste it here. Okay. Now I have to make use of CMK. I have to make use of CMK and what is the procedure, right? That's where we got some errors and we stopped entirely. So let's move on. And I told you yesterday that I made use of these two links to show you this example, this and this, only two links. That's it. Okay. So the first thing what they have done is you have to create Azure Active Directory and you have to create some app registration. So I will show you from the scratch today. So you can just follow the same thing. So leave out yesterday's class completely. So we'll do it from the scratch. I'm going to the Azure Active Directory and I'm creating a new step today. So I will go here and I have to go to the app registration and I have to create an app. Why I'm doing this, you will come to know. Just wait for a few minutes. So I will say MI demo TDE. Okay, that's it. Register. So once that app has been registered, I have to create certificate and secrets. So I have to create a secret key. So this secret key will be used by Asymmetric key inside the SQL Server. So you have to, I will show you, but you have to keep this point in your mind. So there is correlation, but it will come slowly. It will take some time for you to understand this, but hold on for a second. So what is the name that I have given? MI demo TDE. So I will give MI secret key. Okay, and then click on add. So once this is done, at the very next moment, you have to copy this value. If you don't do this, then you will not be able to get this value. It's not possible. So at the time of creation itself, you will get that value and you have to copy it somewhere. We required this key for our asymmetric functionality. So just wait for it and then you have to grab the application ID also. These are the first two steps what I have done yesterday and I'm doing the same thing today also. As per this documentation. I think I copied application ID only. Yeah. So application ID we need to copy. So this documentation is saying create an app and register that app and then create a key. As you can see, certificates and secrets, create a key and copy that value and then keep it somewhere, store it somewhere. And then the next step is create a key vault. So let's create a key vault. Okay, I'm creating a new key vault. I will do another resource group. So I will name this as MI Key Vault. I know it will always throw some error. MI Key Vault 10. Okay, so it went fine. So I'm choosing the location. And then here I'm going with vault access policy. So I'm just following the same documentation, guys. Nothing great here. I'm just doing the same thing. Okay, next. I'm creating on next. Nothing else. Next, next. And then I'm creating that. So create. So our Azure Key Vault is getting ready. So I just went to Marketplace and have opted for Key Vault. Under that, I went for Vault Access Policies. That's the only thing what I did. If you have any questions, as always, you can interrupt me. No problem. It's done. So now go to the resource and then create a key. Create a key. So there are no keys available. I have to create a key. This is the key that I have to make use of when I'm encrypting the TDE using asymmetric algorithm. So just use some good name. So in the real time, you have to make use of good name. So I'm saying MI key TDE, MI TDE key. I'll say MI TDE key, TDE key. Okay. And nothing else. So I can click on create. Okay, it's done. And now I have to give access policy. I have to give 4 permissions. So as per this document, I have to give 4 permissions. So I'm showing you back to the document, create a key vault. Yes, we have done this. And then I have to create 4 permissions, get, list, unwrap, and wrap. I have to give 4 permissions. So I'm doing the same thing. I'm coming over to access policies, create, and I'm choosing the template as SQL Server connector. So if I choose that SQL Server connector, everything will come automatically. Next, click on next, and then you have to choose our app registration, what I did at Active Directory level. So what is that name what I've given? I think it is MI something, right? MI something. Let's search for that. MI TDE something. What is that name what I've given? App registration, MI demo TDE. Looks like MI demo TDE. Yeah. Access policy, create connector, and then here I have to choose MI demo TDE. Yeah, this one. So choose this one, click on next, nothing else needs to be done. We are okay. So we are done with this also. So our key vault is ready and our app has been registered with key vault. So there has to be connection between the app what I created inside the Active Directory and this key vault. Okay, so that's the reason we add that as a identity inside the key vault. Okay, so let's go here. So this is done. Contoso key vault app. Yes, this is done. This is done. We have created the key, that is done. So we are done with the basic steps. Okay, now coming back to CMK, how to make use of CMK for my managed instance. Okay, let's go now. And this is where our focus should be. So let's go. And you will get some errors, but I will show you those errors as well. So go to your managed instance, MI new. So I have to change this to CMK. From SMK, I'm changing this to CMK. So I'm choosing TDE, CMK. Okay. And then here I have to choose change a key. So you have to choose there are 2 ways, key vault and HSM. HSM is a vast topic, guys. So HSM stands for, I'll show you here. HSM, I think hardware something. Let me show you. I'm not getting on top of my head. HSM. Okay. HSM TDE SQL Server. HSM stands for Hardware Security Module. So this is a very vast topic. So I am not going to into that area. For the moment, we are using Key Vault. Okay, so I have to choose the right Key Vault, what I just created. So it is MI Key Vault 10, what I just created. And this is the MI TDE key. And this is the version. So just click on select. Okay. And now I have to save this. I have to save this. So now we are changing from SMK to CMK. So these are the steps what I followed. Any questions here?
No, we are good.
Okay, so if I click on save, definitely I will get one error. So I'll show you that error as well. This is the error what you will get most likely, because I have not done one step. So I'm expecting the same error. Let's click on save. If it gets saved, then fine. Otherwise, you will get some error. Usually all these steps, I don't know who performs all these steps in real time. Will it be DBAs or will it be the collaboration effort between different teams? I'm not sure. Okay, let it get saved. In the meanwhile, if I try to perform any backup of any of the databases, backup database, okay, I have to create one storage container. So see, I got this error. I expected this error. So I will show you what this error is and how to resolve. I'll take a snap of this. Just keep that aside. And now let me create one storage container. I think I don't have any storage container. Let me create one. MI TDE storage. I think I just need this. Rest all remains the same. So I'll click on review. Okay, click on create. I say created the MI. I have to complete the classes as quickly as possible. Otherwise, it will shoot up my cost and the bill. So again, I think it was 46 euros at the beginning, yesterday night. Now it is 50. It will ramp up at a rapid speed. So I have to keep an eye. Okay, see 50 now. So maybe by the end of the day, it might go to 60 or 70. So let's go and now create a container for the backups. I'll say backups, create. Okay. So now if I wanted to take a backup using that storage container for any of the databases which has SMK as the encryption, TDE encryption model, let's see what happens. So tasks, backup, add, one second, add new container, sign in. My TDE storage, backups is the container name, create credential. Okay. Okay. So I'm taking the backup. So it has to be copy only, right? So automatically, if you see, copy only backup has been selected. This is MI. So only copy only backups are allowed. But if you're having SMK, then it won't allow you to run this statement. So if I click on OK, before that, I will take a script and I'll show you that. So this is the command backup database name with copy only. Okay, with copy only. So if I'm running this, See what happens. Straight away, it is saying the backup operation for a database with service managed transparent database encryption means SMK. The backup operation for a database with SMK is not supported on managed instance. So is this clear? It's very clearly written. The backup for SMK TDE with SMK is not supported on MI. So if you wanted to take copy only, first of all, we are allowed to take only copy only backups. That is the first thing that you have to remember. Second thing, by default, it is encrypted with SMK. So you cannot take any backup. I mean, copy only backups are not allowed if you have databases encryption with SMK. So now what I have to do, I have to change this to CMK for me to take the copy only backup. That is one thing. Or I need to turn off the encryption to carry out this operation. So how to turn off the encryption I've shown in my previous class. So I don't want to repeat that again. So I'm coming here and now I need to make use of CMK instead of SMK. Is this clear?
Yes.
So this is the error what I got. When I'm changing from SMK to CMK, I got this error. So it is saying recoverable plus purgeable is not valid. Please ensure the key value has been configured with soft delete and data and purge protection. So there are two things here. One is purge protection and soft delete. So when you are creating the key vault, both of the options should be there. But I didn't create purge protection and that's the reason I got that error. So let me go to my key vault. Okay, so I will show you where it is. So go to the access configuration and not here. So it has to be somewhere here. 1 second. Access policies. What is that? What you need? Access purge protection, right? 1 second. Where is that setting? Properties, yeah. Under the settings, we have something called as properties. And here you have to enable soft delete. So as you can see, soft delete has been enabled on this key vault. That is fine, but I didn't enable purge protection. So it is disabled. So I have to enable this to get rid of that error. So it is clearly mentioning me, please ensure the key vault has been configured with soft delete. Soft delete is there. And now it is looking for purge protection, which is missing. So I have to enable this. Once we enable that, you will not get any errors. Okay, it's now saved. And now let's go to the MI and change this from SMK to CMK. Now go to CMK and then click on change key and choose the key vault and choose the right key vault where we have placed our keys. So choose the key and then the version will get loaded automatically. And now if you wanted to rotate your keys in real time, you have to definitely click on this, but I am not doing this because this is just a demo. But in real time, you have to definitely click on this button. You have to rotate your keys to safeguard our data. Are you doing this in your on-premises? Rotation of keys for your TD databases. I don't know how many of you are doing or how many of you are aware of this. Okay, let's wait. Let's wait for it to get saved. If it is successful, then half of our job is done. It will take 2 to 3 minutes, I believe. Is this a complicated topic, guys? I don't know because everyone is very silent yesterday, even today. Of course, I can expect today because we are just 8 people. Yesterday, we were around 30 to 35.
Yes, Vamsi, actually, this is not the usual thing that the DBS do.
That is, in fact, I accept that. But in reality,
Because
when
in my
yeah, go ahead first.
in my environment, just now I checked, all of the MIs are service managed key.
Usually it will be with SMK only. I'm not denying that. But example, if you're working for any banking environment or for any environments where auditing is very critical and if they are not allowing SMK, so how will you make use of CMK in those environments?
Right.
Okay, let's wait. It will take some time. As I told you, it will take 2 to 3 minutes. 2 minutes is completed. Oh my God.
Am I audible?
Yes, I just lost my internet.
Okay.
I mean, power cut and these are the things. I don't know how people are managed. Maybe it's because of you will use that tool, right, to save that. What is that? Power cut. You to manage power cuts. UPS. I don't have UPS at my home.
So you are on monitor or laptop?
I'm on monitor. Sorry, on laptop only. I don't have any monitor. Yeah, it got saved now. Thank God. Okay, so now we are with CMK. So now, before doing anything, I would like to show one important thing. So these are the encryption
But
thumbprints
we
what I
can't
got.
see Vamsi.
Yeah, sorry.
Your screen is
We
not
can't see your
sharing.
screen.
Okay. Okay. Share screen. Okay, recording is still happening. That's fine. So before CMK, these are the thumbprints what I got. So now I change from SMK to CMK, right? Will there be any change in the thumbprint algorithm? I mean, what can I say? In the thumbprint code or hexadecimal something, this value is there, right? So see, now it got changed. All the databases automatically it switched from SMK to CMK. You can see the thumbprints. It was 0x699 and now it is 0x EAC. By this we can say our databases which are being encrypted by SMK now got changed to CMK. So it's a switch from SMK to CMK. Is this clear? So now if I create any dummy database, it will get encrypted using CMK, but not with SMK. So I can show you. So I will say test 10. Okay, now it has to get the same thumbprint 0xEA, not that 0x6 something, some big number. 0x699. Okay, let's wait for this database to get created. Even the
Vamshi,
database
actually, I
keys
asked a question
creating a lot of time. Yeah.
when you had the power cut.
Hmm.
So I have two things here. First is my previous question again. Uh, can we store our private key and certificates of Azure if I'm on the Azure VM in the same key vault?
Can we store the
I mean, can I,
certificates and
keys?
keys inside your Azure Key Vault for your
Yes,
TDE?
of the Azure VMs. Yeah.
I will answer that. After
Okay.
finishing this
And
class,
my
I will
second
answer that.
question.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my second question is, with SMK we have seen we can bring our on-prem certificates and keys here, which
Yeah.
it is allowed, and the key length will be changed.
Yeah.
So with CMK also will it allow us?
CMK, that CMK is the only thing what we have in our on-premises, right? There is no SMK.
No, sorry, actually I did not frame my question correctly. Right now our MI is with us. I mean with CMK, right?
Right now, MI is with CMK. That's true. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So can I bring our on-prem TDE database here? I mean, will it also allow us to restore one more certificate?
We can try that.
Okay. Okay, sure. Thank you.
So it says sleep task. That's the wait type currently for database creation. So it took 2 minutes, 11 seconds. Still it's not yet done. What I observed is if you're creating any database using SMK, it's relatively faster compared with CMK. As you can see, it's just a dummy database. It is taking almost 2 minutes, 30 seconds now. It's still not yet finished. So if I check the wait type, it is showing me sleep underscore task. I don't know what is that sleep underscore task. Yeah, it's done. So finally our database got created. Now if I check that new database, which is test 10. So this is the one we just created and it has the same thumbprint. So everything is now with CMK, not with SMK. So as this is with CMK, we are allowed to take copy only backups right away. We don't need to disable TDE. We can take copy only backups happily. So let's check that. That's it. So is this clear? First thing, if you are with SMK, you can take only copy only. Doesn't matter SMK or CMK. On MI, we are only allowed to take copy only backups. That is the first important point. Second point, on MI, we can take, we cannot take copy only backups if your databases are being protected with SMK. So if you wanted to take copy only backups, then you have to turn off the SMK. I mean, you have to turn off the TDE, then only you are allowed to take copy only backups. If you don't want to turn off your TD, but still you wanted to proceed with copy only backups, then you have to switch from SMK to CMK. These are the three important points, guys. Is these points clear before we move on? I hope so.
Initially, if you are in
Yes.
CMK, not possible to take backups, right?
Yeah, we got that error, right? It clearly shown that error where it says, I should have copied that message. It says SMK, if you are having SMK, MI will not allow you to take copy only backups. So I think it is there with me. Let me show that message also. Control H, the SMK. This is the message what you got. Sorry, I will. This is the message. The backup operation for the database with SMK is not allowed, something, something. Yeah, this is the one. Let's take that. Oh my God. So this is with SMK, guys. So he got that message. Backup database failed. Okay, so what is that message? I want message. So see these answers. He's saying remove the encryption. Then only you are allowed to take backups. Clear, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So I wanted to have that message. This is the message. I will copy this message in our chat. The backup operation for database with service managed transparent key is not supported on this one. This is the message what you will get. So let me copy this to here. Now we are done. So we are able to take our backup successfully. Now, if I wanted to restore this database on to 2022, would it be possible? First thing first, we can restore only if your destination version or target version is 2022. Anything less than that, it's not possible. Even on 2019, it's not possible. Okay, so now if I come here and if I try to restore, first before restore, I will do file list only or header only to see if that works. From disk equal to. So what is that backup? This is the one, right? Sorry, from URL. Restore file list only from URL. So I'm getting some error. So let me replace this with header only. So it says cannot open the backup device, operating system error 86. The specified. Okay, let's first check from here because sometimes the commands will not work. So I will just take this.
Sure. Ramzi, can this error be related to this? For what we created before that, I forgot. Credentials.
I think that is related to credential only. So that's the reason I'm using credential first. I will create the credential, and then before restoring, I will just script this command, and then we'll run that. Okay, and I will script this. So instead of restore database, I will say restore header only, right? Restore data. What is the command, guys? Restore header only from
Header only.
URL.
Yes.
Header only from URL. Stats is not supported. Okay. So now let's read the file list only. So as you can see, the server name is my MI. And the compatibility level, it says 150. But in reality, don't think like the compatible level is 150. It should be something else. And the mission name, if you see, this is the mission name of what Microsoft has created for me behind the scenes. We don't even know what is that. So just leave it aside. And let's check file list only. And run this. See, we are missing the thumbprint. This is the same error you will get if you don't copy the certificates and private keys. Agree with me? When you are restoring any TDE database from one server to another server, even in on-premises, you will get the same error if you don't copy the private keys and certificates. That's the same message what we are getting. Cannot find the asymmetric key thumbprint. This time you are getting asymmetric key instead of symmetric key. So I have to create or copy the asymmetric key from MI, then only I will be able to restore that database. So are you getting the points now? Are you the dots are getting connected? Is it okay or any questions?
Yeah, fine. It's clear.
Okay. So now to perform this action, there are a lot of steps, guys. So lot of steps, believe me. So now we have to go to the document again. And the first thing is you have to install one thing called as SQL Server connector. Yesterday I was showing you one thing, right? Where SQL Server connector will be used as a communicator or mediator between our asymmetric key and Azure Key Vault. So this guy will connect to Azure Key Vault and it talks to our SQL Server and then it manages this asymmetric key. So this guy has to be there. So if I wanted to install this, so I can't do it on MI, right? Because MI is a platform as a service thing. So again, I lost the power. Am I connected or we lost? Because I just lost my power. Can you hear me, guys? Because I lost my power.
Yes, Sanjay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, because I just lost power one more time. So SQL Server connector is the one which is helping to connect to my Azure Key Vault. Okay. So you need SQL Server connector for this to work. If you don't install that SQL Server connector, then it is not possible. Okay. So this connector will be installed in this location by default.
We can barely hear you.
Okay. 1 second. How about now? Is it the same? Okay. Let me open the window because it's very hot here and we lost the power. So first we need to install this software. You can download this software from Microsoft link and you have to install it on the machine where you are trying to perform this restore operation. Okay, so you can download it from here, from download center of Microsoft. You can download that software. These are some prerequisites. There is nothing that needs to be installed. We just need to download this and install onto our machine. That's what we should do. This is about integration with Azure Key Vault. If you don't install this software, then we cannot integrate with Azure Key Vault from our VM. So that is the problem. Problem number 1. Problem number 2, I will show you. Okay, so I just installed that software on my machine. So it gets installed into this default location as per this documentation, right? C:\program files, SQL Server connector for Microsoft Azure Key Vault. Let's check that location. C:\program files. So they are saying it will be inside this location. So this is the one, SQL Server connector for Microsoft Azure Key Vault. The name itself says. Okay. So there will be one dynamic library file that gets created. This is the important file. So this is the file that is helping us to integrate with Key Vault and with VM. So if they wanted to talk to each other, this software is having this DLL. Without installing this DLL, it's not possible. So before I talk about this topic, I would like to show you one important thing. So as I told you, in real time, usually all the people, I think 99.99% will encrypt the TDE using symmetric keys. So there are just 4 steps. You just need to create database master key and then create the certificate inside the master database, come to your user database, create that TDE key and turn on the encryption. Just 4 steps, right? Agreed? If anyone wants to perform TDE using asymmetric key, this is the only document what we have on internet. That is from Microsoft. Okay. So enable TDE on SQL Server using EKM. So they call it as EKM, extensible key module. It's called as extensible key module. As you can see here, extensible key management module. Okay. If you wanted to have if you wanted to understand what is EKM and all, you have to go through this with this article. There is nothing else that I can help you with. This is the only article that is there on the internet. Okay, so even this document says you have to install some files into this folder, C:\EKM files folder, and then there will be some DLL. See this provider keep prov file.dll. So these things like EKM or Azure Key Vault, these are integrated with some DLLs, guys. So you have to make use of EKM or Key Vault if you wanted to leverage with Asymmetric key TDE encryption. But for that, we need some DLL files. So that's the reason no one will go with this. That is first thing. Second thing, Second thing, very important thing, you have to understand why people are not using asymmetric despite of being completely secured, because it takes a lot of time. If you see this demo, he has just created a demo using symmetric key and asymmetric key, and he has encrypted the table. Okay, for just observe the results. For symmetric key, it took 550 milliseconds, whereas the same test for asymmetric key took 7,466 milliseconds. So there will be lot of variation when you go with asymmetric keys. That's the reason people will not make use of asymmetric keys in their environments. It's not just about security, it's about the performance as well. So you have to compromise for performance if you wanted to go with asymmetric key, but you will get a good amount of security compared to symmetric. So we have pros and cons for both. So it is up to the customer or the company to decide which one to make use of. Is this clear? I mean, the performance. So symmetric key is just 550 milliseconds, whereas asymmetric key is almost 12 times. Yeah, 12 to 13 times. So just keep a note of that point. Okay, now coming back to our stuff. So now we have to follow the same thing. So you have to install that software. Once that software gets installed, then these are the steps that I need to follow. So we have to enable EKM provider inside SP configure, and I have to run um, some commands. So these are the commands, and at the bottom of this, you will come to know why I copied that key, secret key, and application ID. So this is the command that gets integrated. So this is high level. So if you have any questions, stop me here itself. Any questions, please do stop me. No, yes, may not.
So it's fine.
Okay.
Bounce हो गया मेरे लिए, but it's fine.
Okay, I will drop the cryptographic provider because I wanted to show you from the scratch. Just give me a second. Just I got a doubt, like what if someone wants to make use of SQL 2022 as the DR for your MI? What will you do in such case? You got my point? So imagine I have a requirement where my MI is my source, and I wanted to make use of SQL 2022 as the DR. Okay. So I wanted to take backups every day, and I wanted to restore it onto 2022 DR. If that is the case, what will you do? You know, one of our guys is having the same requirement. So his source is 2022, and he has to take backups on daily basis from MI, and he has to restore those backups onto SQL Server 2022. Just imagine the situation. Okay, so I think one second, guys. I'm not doing anything. I'm just turning that off because I have already created that. So I just wanted to delete that stuff. I wanted to show you from the sketch. Okay. I'm copying the commands from Microsoft document only. Even that document is saying we don't have any other documents, at least to refer. Okay, let it be. I will, if it is not allowing me, I will just keep that aside. Oh, credential. Okay, let me drop the credential then. I think that is error.
Yeah, hi Vamshi.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might sound bit off. Why we need DR for MI?
Their requirement, they wanted to make use of reporting. I mean, they wanted to make use of 2022 as for the reporting purpose, for reporting purpose. You got my point?
Yeah, customer specific requirement.
Yeah, there can be any requirement from customer, right? So you cannot deny that. Server principle. See how they are tied with each other. Okay. 1 second, guys. I know. Please bear with me. I'm just wondering, like, these are the steps that we need to perform to achieve this functionality, like the functionality what I just told you. Alter login, login name, drop credential. Okay. No one will understand this. I am pretty sure. Out of the 300 members, what we have, barely less than 10. Oh, credential name. Map it to which login? Vault key to 303. Okay. Which login? Do you know logins will be mapped to a credential? How to find that? See, if you see this, there is something called as map to a credential. How many of you are aware of this? Now it will allow me to drop, I believe. Yes. And now how about this? Now I'm done with the steps. So let me show you from the scratch. So we installed the software, that is done. So that is there. The first thing is they are asking us to enable EKM provider enabled. So I think I did enable this. So I don't want to enable that again. So I'm just following the documentation, guys. So the first thing, enable this option inside SP configure, that is done. Second thing, we have to run this command. We have to run this command. So I'm just copying this. And as I told you, if you install that software, it will be inside this location, program files, SQL Server connector, and there will be one DLL. I've just shown you that DLL as well. So I have to run this now. So take a new query window and then run this. It's done. Now, third step is to run the below command. So we have to create credential. So for that credential, we have to make use of the secret key value what I have created at the Active Directory level. So that is the correlation between that secret key and the one what we are going to use. So now you will come to know. So that is a relation. So this is the command, create credential name with identity. So this should be our key vault. This should be our key vault. So what is the key vault what I have created? Key vault. MI Key Vault 10. So this should be MI Key Vault 10. MI Key Vault 10. And then the secret. So when you are creating the secret, it should be application ID and then Azure App ID. So application ID and then the secret. So you have to remove the hyphens also. It's written over here. So if you wanted to understand, so come here and they have written here, done that specific step. Where is that step? Yeah, be sure to remove the hyphens from the application client ID. So we have the hyphens here in the application client ID. We have to remove those hyphens. Just imagine, guys, how difficult it is to do all these steps. And this is the key. So you have to merge both of them, and this will be our secret key finally. And how to copy that key here.
One
Okay.
more hyphen is there below.
Yeah, you are right. ID. So the application ID and the secret key. So you have to remove the hyphens inside the application ID. And that's it. So you have to run this command. And then you have to choose one SQL Server administrator login to add this as a credential. So every login is having an option. So if I just shown you, right? So every login will have something called as credential. So you have to map that login to that credential, what you have just created. So that is what we are doing. So alter login, I'm choosing the sysadmin account. So that is my account, SQL N1 / my account, and then add credential. So if I do this, and if I refresh, you will see how it looks. Refresh. So this is how it gets created. Okay, and then what is the next step that I have to do? I have to follow the documentation. Even I have done only once. Okay, this is done. And now you have to create the asymmetric key. Now we are creating the asymmetric key. So we have created the credential first, and then after creating the credential, we are creating the asymmetric key. So copy this asymmetric key, the same command, and create asymmetric key name from provider Azure Key Vault _ EKM. So they are saying Azure Key Vault _ EKM. So here they are saying this is fine. So you have to replace Contoso, the provider key name, right? This is the one. So this one has to be replaced with your Azure Key Vault secret key. I mean the key. So if I go to the Azure Key Vault, and there is something called as key what I have created, right? So I have to fetch this name, and I have to pass this name over there, MI TDE key. So this key is having the RSA algorithm, and it is with 2048 as the bit length. So what is the name? MI TDE key. So that is the name that I should pass here. MI TDE key. Okay, let's run this, and hopefully it should not throw any errors. An asymmetric key. Okay, it's already there. So let me drop that asymmetric key first. Select star from sys.asymmetric keys. What will be the command? Drop key name or drop key asymmetric key? I don't know. I have to check. Asymmetric. Yeah, drop asymmetric key name. So asymmetric cannot be dropped. Okay, so now I have to turn off that TD. Oh my god. 1 second, guys. Select start from sys DM database encryption keys. I think this will be the one. 0xD something is there, right? So that is the one. The key length is different and thumbprint is different. So the database ID is 15. Let's check that database, and I will drop that, and then it will allow me to drop that asymmetric key. Or else I can create new asymmetric key rather than doing all this stuff. Let's do that. I'll say create asymmetric key something else. Okay, it's this done. What next? and then I have to create a new login, and I have to map that asymmetric key to that new login, and then I have to drop that the step what I did, and I have to add this with this one, and finally it will allow me to create. It will allow us to restore that information backup. Let's try that. Okay. Okay, leave this. I just need to do this step. That's what I need. I'll just add this. By the way, I have not tested this one, so let's see what happens. Cannot add because it's already mapped to a login. Okay, let me remove from here and then I'll do from there. So now if I do restore file list, will it allow me to carry this or not? There you go. File list, I am able to open the commands. So it will allow me to create the database. I think so. So restore database, device, URL, and pick that up. Okay. And then I'll say, okay. Oh my God, failed. Failed for what? Network password is incorrect. Network password is incorrect. Which password? I think I'm doing this. I'm using the same credential, right? If I'm not wrong, let me check that part. Yeah, MI DB as DB, okay, with file correct. Move K data, okay, move K data. I don't have K drive. Do I have that? Okay. K colon data, it's there. Let's run this. So at least file list is working. So again, we are getting some errors. So I have to check this part, guys. So that's complicated it is. It's not at all easy.
So Vamsi, just a thought. When we are restoring that credential, it is taking a back date. So is that fine? I mean, it was showing the expiration date as 15th.
Expiration date where?
When you were restoring the database in the GUI,
Uh,
it showed there was a shared key expiration date.
15. It is showing 15. Let us check
Yes,
that part.
it was showing 15th.
Okay, let me check that. Oops.
Okay, 2024. Okay.
2024. That's true.
Okay.
So
Then it should
that's
not be
not the
changed.
problem. So now we have to work on like specified network password is not correct. So I have to see what is that specified network. So let me check. I got one doubt for myself. MI Key Vault 10. We are using the MI Key Vault 10 and cryptographic provider. It's fine. And what it is saying? Specify network restore container. So I'm getting this error. So I will check this and I will let you know, guys. But at least you're getting my stress, right?
So
The
Vamsi,
difficulties. Yeah.
yeah, I'm not sure even Microsoft have tested this out or not. But if you see the second line, file data 0 cannot be restored to this location. So I think, do we have to uh, restore it to a, okay, you are restoring it to a K drive, but it's not taking the K drive, right?
No, actually data files and log files. So if you see here, every database inside MI, if I do file list only, as you can see, there is one more file called as, what is this one? File stream, right? File
XTP.
stream or memory, in memory. It
Yeah,
should
yeah.
be one among them. In memory, I guess. So there will be one file associated with every database, even if you use it or not, doesn't matter. So it is restoring my database file and log file to the default location. So I think I have some default location. Let me check what is that. Yeah, K drive is the one. It is taking K drive data and K drive log. So I have both of them. And for this checkpoint, sorry, XTP file, so it is picking up and it is trying to restore here. So there should not be any problem. I need not say with move for my data and log file. So it is picking up the K drive only. So the problem is with
Yep.
this one, some network password, somewhere something is wrong. So I will
Yep.
check that part. Yeah,
Yes, Vamsi, if you see the second line of the error,
I will
it
go
is
there.
trying to move data and log.
Trying to move data. Yeah, it is trying to move data and log. So okay, let's do one thing.
No, it's trying to move the data and log in some HTTPS location, and that's where it is giving error. The line number 3 and 4.
So you are saying
So I
with
think we have to
move.
use the with move command
Okay, let's do that
for the
then.
data and log also.
So
Yeah.
with move. So what is that? Data 0 to K colon data slash. You need not specify this, Abhinav, I'm pretty sure. But anyways, since you said, I will give it a try.
Yes, so you can copy the MDF and LDF from the below error. Na? It's there.
So can I do like this? Is this fine?
Yeah, this is also fine.
K colon MDF, comma, and then LDF log only. Okay. I don't think it will work because that is something else. But let's give it a try. What is there? K:log. So let's run this. If it works fine. Oh, it works. It went fine. So yeah, we did that finally. So when file list only, if it works, usually restore database also should work because file list only is reading the file. So there it's
Right.
there are no errors with thumbprints and all. So we got the certificates. So now let's check the sys dot, what is that? Sys dot that one. This encryption keys on our node 1 and see what happens. So I just restored has DB, right? So this is the one. So it has 0xEACB. So if you check 0xEA, so this is the same thumbprint what I'm getting from MI. That means I got my certificates intact and the keys intact. So finally we are done with the restoration. Oh my God. Oops. These are the steps, guys. Okay, don't curse me and don't blame me because it's very hard. And I got one more error also. I have not shown you because I created that entry inside the registry editor. So while doing this, you will get one more error. I'll show you that link just for your reference. I think this is the one. If someone wants to automate this, let me know. I am very interested to do this. I mean, as I told you, 2022 is the requirement, right? DR requirement. So you will get this error with the name XSS denied provider 2058. You will get this error in one of the steps. If that is the case, you have to create this registry registry entry. These are the steps what I followed. After doing that, I didn't get any errors. So I just, since I have done that, it's not throwing any error while I'm doing this, but I got that error when I was trying for the first time. Goodness me, this is the concept, guys. SMK and CMK. I know out of 100 people, 90 people will say what this fellow is showing us. It's of no use. I can understand, but that's how it is. Any questions before I move on? I mean, I wanted to close for today, but if you have any questions, let me know.
Yes, Vamsi, only one thing with me. That same thing. Right now, our MI is with our key, that is customer managed key. So I want to bring one TDE database from, let's say, on-prem or VM to this. Just wanted to see this live. That's it.
Okay, so we can do this. Maybe afternoon, I will take a small session and I will show you how to bring that because at 12:30, I need to bring my kid from school. So it's 12:20. If I start it now, it will take more than 5-10 minutes. So I will take your question. Even I am interested. Let's see. Yeah. No, not yet. Not yet. I will move. I will go next month, probably at the end of next month.
Okay. So,
yeah.
So you are in India right now?
Yeah, I'm in India from past 2 months, and I will be there another 1.5 months.
Okay, and because you used to say the same thing na, in Ireland also. So you have admitted your child in here in India school.
Yeah, for first class, she will be here only in India.
Okay. So very generic question. Do you see any education difference?
Obviously.
Okay.
Obviously, it will be there. But see, frankly speaking, our Indian standards are superior compared to their standards, especially the mathematics.
Okay.
So our standards are good, but the way we are teaching, it's getting changed now. But hopefully, you will see a better education in India. I can sense that. The only problem is the fees and the privatization. Everyone is looking for ranks. That attitude should get changed. Like we should not make the child in a competitive world. So let them do what they want and leave them aside. They can do on their own. It's not that we have to push every day, right? So that is not there in Ireland. So they will just leave the kid. They will make them engage with some activities and some with playtime and all. My kid is complaining about playtime. That's the only thing. She's not feeling happy over here. Every day they will go for half an hour or 45 minutes to yard and they will play over there, which is missing here.
I know about this culture because there was an incident in my office. I used to work with a US guy. So her son wants to become a woodcutter. And my friend in the US was appraising his child that, see, he wants to become a woodcutter. But in India, if a child says, I want to be a carpenter, the parents will beat the shit out of
See,
him.
every profession is respected over there, but the problem here is we don't give respect to all professions. So we will just respect with the professions, right? So I don't want to talk about that. Anyways, I have to move, so I will close this off. And if you have any questions, you can come back to me later. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.